Hey, Lachlan. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's always a work in progress, I guess, when it comes to lighting. Uh, I guess you can only improve, right? So, but yeah, it's also like a fun process. There's so many people that that's what they do. They just relight scenes, and this one was really interesting because I was playing around with a lot of like lighting positions. And I think this is going to be kind of the final state as far as lighting goes. Because I was considering having this one turned off and then just relying on this, and then having this one turned off and then maybe relying on this one. So it was kind of a mix between uh, I think to me, they all look good, but I also wanted um, to have a little bit of I don't know, like a little bit of tension, uh, to some extent. This is not going to be like a dangerous area to begin with. So, oh yeah, I think I follow you all on Twitter on that Insula game. Really, really nice work on that. How was the transition? I was thinking about transitioning to five, but I was just I didn't really have the time, so I ended up just staying with 4.27 because it's been mentioned it in a previous stream. There's been some people that had some issues, and I haven't had any issues with it. So besides things that I mess up myself, and I realized that okay, I get it. Some of them, there are definitely crashes that might be related to my outdated machine, but yeah. So anyways, um, oh okay. So I was looking at Lumen, but it's been kind of I wouldn't say like a mixed bag from my experiences, but um, it seems to have quite a bit of a performance impact. At least some of the scenes that I've tested, and especially with the exterior scenes, I did not really see a lot of changes. So that's great. That's great. I was just comparing some of the packages that I got off of the marketplace. I think some of the forest packages. Oh, nice. So you were using Lyra for the what were you using before Lyra? Because I was looking at that as well, and I'm like, I'm so stuck with well, not stuck, but I'm uh, so entrenched with the ALS system that um, I'm I don't think I'm gonna have the time to transition to. Hopefully, I'm thinking of the right thing. I think Lyra is their new animation bot. You would say like the mannequin thing. Ah, okay. Yeah, that was um it's the multiplayer thing. Sorry. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was kind of thinking it's like a replacement for ALS, but I guess it's not really. Um, yeah, yeah, it's and for because I think your project is a multiplayer, right? So it probably makes sense. Right. Yeah. Um, yeah. For me, it was at least for my uh, needs, which are probably somewhat limited when it comes to that. It's ALS, I've kind of understood ALS to the point where I'm comfortable with making changes wherever. That at least for the animation part, it's I'm gonna be stuck with it. And but so far, I think combining some of these marketplace assets, everything I pretty much have everything I need. It's I think only the save. I need to create some more support for like the save system. Like NPC positioning when I save the game, enemy positioning, and the like. Um, the stats, and probably there's a bunch of things that I can think of right now. But yeah. Um, well, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Uh, I'm really happy when people like what I'm showing, because I mean that's I guess part of the advertisement, right? Trying to stream development. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's like I said, it's lighting is a very fun process to do, and the whole environment creation is, I think, like when it comes to game development, I've mentioned this many times. It's I don't think I would like to be stuck in one job, so being able to do literally on your own, kind of on my own, working on this, that's the fun part of it. It's kind of you do lighting, you do 3D modeling if needed, you do set dressing, you do level design, you do planning, you do AI, you do um, you know the coding and the blueprints, visual scripting, but in the end it's still the same concept. But yeah, it's I have friends that work in like the game industry, and they do one job, right? So when they get home, it's kind of like I don't feel like doing anything else because it's that one thing has consumed their entire day. But being able to switch between things, it keeps you going, right? Yeah, there you go. So you probably have quite a few tasks when it comes to the world creation part of it. Um, and I think you guys probably sometimes, I would assume, like he would take some tasks for like work creation, maybe limited, but and you might take some tasks for like um, some simple blueprint in the level or. Oh yeah, there you go, nice. Oh, he doesn't. Okay. Well, so that's one of the things that I really enjoy is being able to switch. But I know there's definitely people um, that they like to stay um, with what they do, right? I do work at my day job. Um, there's definitely some folks that uh, they do what they do. They're really good at it. They don't want to step out of their area as much. So, but anyways, uh, the reason we have gathered here today is what I wanted to do is, as you can see, there's a red light with this elevator, and I wanted for the player to not be able to operate it until you turn it on, basically. Oh wow, early 2000. That's a while. I think I've started doing this in 2013 with CryEngine, and then did kind of work with CryEngine for a while, and then switched to Unreal, and really happy with that. When it comes to materials, yes. If you're referring to, I assume you're referring to the shaders themselves, not textures and all that. Um, because you know textures are definitely not mine. I'm not that good at this stuff, so I definitely buy a lot of stuff. You probably noticed there's a ton of Megascans, and yeah. But yeah, I that's the problem with sometimes with the marketplace. There is no unified shader, so it's kind of I end up just reparenting that material that comes with the particular asset, and and parent it to my shader. So I probably still have some stragglers left here and there throughout throughout my stuff, but yeah, I would say I think 90% is you know, like I'm not sure when you joined. I was just playing around with this vertex paint, so this is also something that I've done. And yeah, this is the other thing that I kind of wanted to have both of these lights on. Kind of it highlights the the ground a little bit better. Yeah, so it's either this one or maybe moving this one this way a little bit. This could work as well, I would think maybe. Yeah. Oh, for sure. Let me send you an invite. Actually, let's see, where is it? And yeah, most definitely. There's mine. Awesome. Yeah, we'll definitely do that. We should definitely chat on this. Uh, so let's see about this little doohickey here with awesome. Thank you. Hey Martin, Martin. Hopefully I'm saying that right. So yeah, let's first of all, what I wanted to do is the elevator. You should be able to open the doors, but not operate it. So basically, you shouldn't be able to call it using this is some of the stuff. So last week I got the elevator to run up and down when you were doing the controls, and then I'm thinking, well, having the four level controls doesn't really make sense for a elevator that goes between two floors. So right now, both the cabin, the elevator cabin, and the exterior have these controls that they're actually the the textures are really high. So I might bring that down a little bit to match the rest of this. And so yeah, you shouldn't be able to interact with this until you maybe flip a breaker or flip a switch or something like that. And luckily, I have that breaker, and they communicate nicely via an interface. And let's take a look. I know I had one in here in the main bunker area, so I'm just gonna grab that because it's already somewhere if I can find it. Yeah, this area is kind of messed up because I was playing around with you know cleaning up some of the post-process volumes, and this area got a little bit left behind. Martin, I wouldn't say I wouldn't, it's definitely not easy. There's a lot of aspects to game development, but at the same time, I think that's the one thing that I like about game development, that there's like I think out there I don't think there's any other discipline that touches on so many things to get an end product, you know? Um, so I think that's what fascinates me about game development. And I'm at a point where I'd rather do this than play a video game, unless that video game is something that I've really wanted to play for a while. And yeah, so let me see, where the hell is that? Oh, I know where it is. It's actually above the world somewhere, somewhere. Yeah, well, that's the thing about it, and to me, I'm a fan of single player games mostly because of um, the fact that you can have stories, like kind of like a movie, right? So that's um, that's one of the things that I love about this, that you can um, and I've played some games that at the end of it I was like, damn, this was something else, you know, and and I think that's what really um, is so attractive to me when it comes to game development. Being able to tell a story and have somebody play through it, right? Because I mean, when you watch a movie, you just watch there and you sit there and you don't really do anything. But with a game, it's a little different, right? All right, let's see. Where do I want to place this? Probably gonna place it at the top of the elevator shaft, somewhere in one of these utility rooms back there. Let's see, where is it? All right, but for now, for testing purposes, I am just going to set it right here. And we'll see about uh, trying to use this to enable the elevator. Oh, and I guess this one... Mm. Oh, nice. Yeah, yeah. And yeah, and that's the nice thing about game development. Also, um, there's so many people that enjoy it, right? And that's what's really cool about it. For now, I'm just gonna delete this. So this would be my um, the element that turns on other elements, right? So first of all, what it's gonna there's a few items that it needs to affect, right? So first of all, giving the indication that the elevator is on. So basically turning this light back to to green, right? So that will be one of the actors that it's going to affect. Then the next one is going to be the switch. So basically the switch that calls the elevator, and turning that on. And so let's see, this would be the second one. And then of course the third and fourth is going to be the cabin. And then the last switch, which is this one over here. So that way when you interact with it, everything will kind of turn on. So let's see if, first of all, I can't remember if with some of the reparenting that I did, I hope I didn't mess up interacting with this particular fuse box. So let's see, make sure that the thing is, you can flip it. Oh, and I don't have a fuse. Shoot, I forgot this thing is part of a, well, this particular one was part of a quest. So because of this do item thing, let's make it sure it's not quest related. Let's see if we're in the right interaction state. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Awesome. Yeah, my since um, I'm only myself, I don't have. I guess my personal account is the game account as well, so just kind of keeping it simple that way. Alright, let's see. So do action. Do action is actually the one for the quest, so I need to set it to closed. Oh, nice. I've seen some of the house visualization stuff. Um, yeah. Well, I think right out of the box you can get Unreal to do like a VR project, and you just do the. You already have the character and the controller, so you only need to. What the heck? You only need to. Oh, I forgot I didn't change this. I jumped into game mode and I didn't change this. Sometimes, um, yeah. So this was since this is going to be part of the quest. As you can see, do action is taking away that fuse which you need to have to replace in order to turn this on. Ah, I see. Yeah, so that could be, that'd be interesting, right? All right, so there we go. We have this enabling, disabling, and actually, as you can see right now, that one definitely has enable and disable, which I'm not entirely sure if that's the necessarily the right one. Um, but but the enable and disable works. Is just this particular item when it comes to its enable item interface implementation. It Well, how should I put this? It's only on and off, right? Turning the light on and off. And maybe so for this one, I need it to be green. Um, I mean, I'm guessing, or could it just go to white? Mm. And this is where kind of the whole game development comes into place. Like you got to think of what do I want to what makes sense, right? And yeah, it was. I started off thinking I'm gonna stream a little bit of the level design, and then I'm thinking, well, maybe this could be interesting. This little interaction aspect of things. Now that the elevator is done, as far as you interacting with it when it's on, making it so that you can actually turn it on, so that would be part of one of the uh, side quests, or is it a main quest? And so yeah, let's see. Maybe we can set this to also be part of a quest. So, but that doesn't really work out. So what I'm trying to think of is, do I want a variable to say, well, this item is is a turn on and off, not turn on and off, but kind of a indicator of function for something else. So that's a dilemma. But yeah, so Martin, what are you why isn't the player moving smoothly? I thought the VR template comes with or at least since I don't have any kind of VR helmet, I don't really know. But I thought that the template came with a pretty smooth. The player isn't moving smoothly. Oh, any only teleportation. Well, that's interesting. I would think that it's like why wouldn't it? It's just like it somehow doesn't make sense. Like it doesn't come with regular movement. Muntasir, thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, right now there's not a lot to show because there is um, it's just blueprints. But hopefully, let's I'll get this going, and I'll hopefully get back into testing this out once I'm out of the blueprints. Yeah. Well, thank you anyways. Thank you so much for joining the stream. Yeah, sometimes I mentioned this to some other folks. I whenever I do streaming, I try to not do so much um, blueprint scripting because it's I think most people want to just um, see something pretty and sometimes I think that people might enjoy watching that a little or watching um, the level building and lighting more than just me moving some boxes around. I mean, some people might not be aware what these are even, so they're like, what is this guy doing? Oh, I appreciate that. Well, thank you. Alright, so I guess we're going to use this use to show functionality. So if it's set to true, I guess these are going to be, we're not going to need the visibility. And we're going to need this, and then the color where we're going to need to set is, let's set it to 0, 1, 0, to set it to green. Well, thank you. QTE. Can you tell me what that is? I've had other people tell me just the kind of the initials of the package, but I'm not entirely sure what those are all the time. I know what ALS stands for, but some of the other ones because I have quite a few, and I never managed to like remember them all by heart, you know. So let's see, and when you come to disabling it, let's use the same thing. If it's false, do this. Oh, QuickTime event. Mm-hmm. Gotcha. All right, and then we set it to red. Well, let's see if this does anything. Yeah. All right, so it did go to greenish, though the color of the it's still red. So let's see what's that all about. So we're setting the intensity for the spotlight. Why isn't it changing color? Where was I doing that part? Oh, they're all scattered, right? So I really don't have any minutes, to be honest with you. The beginning of the game is probably about, which is just kind of the intro sequence. Yeah, it's repetitive. There's so many games using it. It's a plane crash. I was trying to think of a way to introduce the player into the level, and that was um, that was the only way I could kind of. The player doesn't know what happened and why you're there, so it's kind of the accident just causes amnesia, right, or some kind of memory loss. So you have to discover what happened in this location. And yeah, the plane crash I managed to set up somewhat easily. You're actually in a plane. You kind of think you're controlling it, but it's it starts to fall, and then you fall and you wake up in the forest, and you what you get is since I just transitioned to ALS v4, I need to re-add the walkie-talkie that you're gonna be contacted by these people that you're gonna meet here in the bunker, and yeah. So, and why not UE5? That's a really good question. I know there's quite a few people that are moving to UE5. Well, what I want to do first is actually finish. I still, after the move to ALS v4 and reparenting some of my stuff, I still have quite a few issues here and there. And as if you join a little later, there's I have quite a few blueprints that I need to fix, and so after that, I'll try and see if I can if it even works. And that's the main thing that I wanna try it is to see if it's if how it works. Like if I the kind of if I get any kind of performance improvement out of that. So I'm hoping everything is gonna go and it's gonna transition over easily, because there's quite a few custom stuff that I've done in what I currently have. So I'm when they first released it and I tried to transition over to it, let me put it this way, it didn't go well. So that was the trouble that I went through. And at the same time, to be honest with you, I'm kind of just the same way with Blender. right? I'm still using Blender 2.79 here and there. Whenever I do a tutorial, I try to use Blender 3 dot whatever, because I'm so used to like all the shortcuts. I know they're pretty similar, but it's one of those things of you have a process going, right? So it's hard to let go sometimes. All right, so let's take a look. I'm gonna need to change these to I already have the emissive, but I need to change the spotlight. And I think it was set, is it set color or light color? Yeah, I think so. Can I switch both of them in there? Great. So this is, I think this was the red. Yep. And this would be green. And yeah, I've actually seen those. Um, those are pretty cool. I mean, I've seen, besides Lumen and everything, there's quite a lot of stuff that is really awesome, um, with with 5. So I'm hoping that I'm gonna get all my bugs kind of figured out. Uh, why is that still red? Why is that color still red? Let's see, is it coming into here? Let's make sure that that's what's happening first. So when you enable it, it's am I debugging that one? Oh shoot, it's actually looking at this. I'm not even sure why I have this timed enabled. Hmm. Let me try and also go through this. I guess that's what happens when sometimes you have so many things and then you come back after months and it's like, what did I do this for? There we go. It's just the emissive that is kind of a little bit that's what it should look like. Spotlight intensity. I'm actually not entirely sure why. Yeah, I actually don't even need this because this is just flipping this one on and off. So yeah, should jump right into here. Alright, let's try this again and see if that helps. So we have the emissive. Oh, it's also changing the emissive power, so that's not good. Let's skip over that as well. Alright, that's much better. Let's see if it did the same for the one down at the bottom of the elevator shaft. Oh, it didn't work for this one. Why is that? Oh, because I didn't set it to. Oh, duh. Alright, let's take a look. So they're red. Back to green. Oh shoot, I don't want to get out of all the way. Whew. And what the heck, man? What's wrong with this one? Did I not select it? No, I got the controls. Oh, I got the controls, but I didn't get the light. Is that the thing? So we have to, oh yeah, so I forgot to add that in. Let's add that in. There we go. Let's try this again. Hopefully I have the right one. Not sure why they're both all light too. Oh, did I add? Oh yeah, I think I've added. I've replaced the one that was there with the one on the bottom and messed it up. All right, let's take a look. So, yeah. So there's that. Let's try and not jump out of the whole thing here. And there's that. Okay, that's good. I definitely like the having some of the spillage on the floor, showing some of the reflections. Oh, thank you, Looklyn. I try to be right. I mean, in the end, it's a matter of, and now I'm just noticing. Sorry, it's red herring, but this particular decal is giving me some trouble. Well, yeah, it's definitely it's a really big big hobby for me. Like, I'm really invested into it, and between having fun with it and actually seeing something happening along the way, it's I am definitely having fun with this, and getting to share with with folks like you that stop by and watch the stream. It's a lot of fun. Like, I can't wait until there's a couple of areas that I need to finish off before I can add some of the dialogues and the quests, which shouldn't be too much, and um, kind of build like a, I don't know, like a pre alpha, and share it with folks so they can maybe test drive it and see how they feel, how it performs, and so on. So the puddles of water there, that's actually Vertex paint. which is cool, right? Yeah, and si but and since I don't have any background in art or anything like that, I keep on passing by and looking at it like, uh, as a side note, this area here still needs quite a few more decals to be added, a bunch of like filler assets, like some boxes and some trash and whatnot. Kind of the cables need to be finished up a little bit. And But yeah, I mean, I would say I'm not sure how many art passes are usually done by people that do this professionally, but to me, this is pretty close to where I want to be. There's definitely just the smaller details that need to be added. Like decals on the doors, which is actually kind of cool because I already have those, and it's within the door. Well, thank you, Muntasir. Where is the? Yeah, so basically, I have something like this going on here. If I can, yeah, it has decal. Not sure why. Oh, there it is. So stuff like that. Yeah, true. So yeah, I would say this is, I don't know, maybe my second, um, because at first I just try to lay everything down and do like a rough blocking with all the boxes, like in this case the elevator, the walls, floor, ceiling, and then adding, you know, assets, larger assets such as like the ventilation, the pipes, kind of the wires hanging, um, some of these bigger pieces on the ground, then going into adding some of the decals, the vertex paint, and of course there's probably going to be some of the smaller dirt and maybe some other cracks, like around maybe around the contact points of these support poles on the concrete. That could be something to be added. So and I think at that point I can call this area good. All right, let's take a look. I'm gonna take a look at this elevator, and let's see if I can set something up so that is the power is on. There you go. That's, I think. Let's see if we can change this to be, if the power is on, I need to turn off the light as well. Um, but I need to check for that. So for now, let's actually implement this enable item. So for the enable item, setting the power is on, then enabling the elevator controls, and then I need to turn on the neon light. Yeah, and from what I can tell, every time I see something posted by professional artists, that's what it looks like. People going and doing three passes at things. But yeah, I'm at the point of I kind of like it. I'm gonna get some opinions, you know, by sharing with you guys online, and then if people like it, you know, then oh, that's great. You know, I was happy with it, so now I'm even happier that you know when people like that. So I can't be any happier than that. And actually, this should be. Let's see, what am I missing? So the other thing, that's one. So I think that should enable the light in the elevator. Let's see. When we enable the item, then we enable the elevator controls. And usually, if you interact, where was my interact? Interact with the elevator controls. Let's see, am I looking at any of these here? So that's just the resetting the switch. Let's take a look at the elevator control. So the elevator controls, and my apologies, this is a little bit of a mess. And when you interact with it, I guess the other thing that we need to do is, if the elevator effector is power on, like this, so you shouldn't be able to, if the power is not on, you shouldn't be able to start the elevator. So let's see, there's quite a few moving parts, so my apologies if this is not very straightforward. This is just moving the elevator, which is still needs some cleaning, but if the power is on, we're going to enable the controls as well. And then when you interact with the controls, if the elevator power is on, then we interact with it, and then we call the moving to floor event on the elevator. Okay, well, a little messy, but first let's take a look and see if that works on the controls. Actually, did I check the controls to make sure that when I enable the controls, and let's see, enable item, we're setting the state to active. Okay, perfect. So in that case, let's grab the controls and set them to something else. Actually, let's take a quick look. These are the exterior controls as well. So when you interact with them, it should actually go into a closed state, I believe. because these are the only two states that are currently active. Right now I'm setting it to an active state, which doesn't really do anything. So let's set it to closed and see if we can call the elevator. Right now we shouldn't be able to. Actually, first of all, I want to check what state this one's in. So it's state opening, which doesn't do anything. So nothing happens when I press E. I should actually put a message out, you know, a visual message saying that yeah, there's no power or something. And that one's off. Let's see if we can flip it. There we go. So now we can flip this. Let's see if the elevator's coming up. Yeah, the elevator's coming up, which is good. And I need to clear this. Sometimes I'm not entirely sure why I still have that the little E little symbol to what to press. And then if you want to send it down, you can send it down. Let's see if we can call it back up. And you can press it. One of the other things what I've done is you can press it multiple times. So basically once it's in transit, it's in transit. So you're not going to be able to kind of just make it yo-yo up and down, right? So that. And the one thing that I wanted to test now is if in this state I can I shouldn't be able to. I hope I probably don't have the right state set for the elevator, but I don't want to be able to start the elevator. Alright, so even if I'm going to be able to enter it, I don't want this. And that's actually good. I can't even interact with the button itself, so that's good. And let's see, this one I can't do anything with this one. And then again, yeah, that's the one thing that's missing. I need to put a message saying that oh, this is out of power, or you need to turn the power on. Alright, so yeah, that's something that I might just do. I might just do that offline. But I wanted to make sure that this is. Oh, actually, I didn't test to see if I can use the cabin. I can call it with the controls outside of the elevator. Yeah, and that's the other thing that I've done is making sure that you can't open the doors when oh yeah, so this is something that I need to fix. This little, it doesn't really show the message of what that's for. So I need to so that's one of the things that I've done. I was saying about the doors is the floor that the elevator is not on, the door is going to go into a locked state. So that way you can't that one of the things that I didn't think about it. And when it comes to elevators, there's a ton of stuff I didn't even realize. And yeah, you can open the doors and just fall in the elevator shaft, which is okay. So let's see if yeah, so I guess this one doesn't really turn on properly when you flip the switch, or well, the fuse box switch. When you flip it on, it doesn't really it doesn't do anything for the box itself, and that's that's the problem. So let's see, can we quickly figure this out? So when we enable the item, setting the power on, I'm wondering if it's this one. I think this should actually be the message itself. Like the interface has this message system, right? You can send a message, but it also sees it as a function. So I'm wondering if that might be the issue. Let's try and in my, let's see if this one gets hit when I turn things on. So let's take a look. And that should have been enabled, because we're enabling this item. But why is that not? We have the small elevator. So when we're interacting, actors affected should enable item. So why isn't that enabling our elevator? Let's see if we even get to this point. So it's getting to this point. Let's see if we have any issues. Huh, so this is interesting. I'm not sure why it's getting why this one is getting the neon light from the elevator controls. That's kind of odd. That's something that I would have to look into and see why that is why that's happening. Because this one should be the child of the. So it should be like this. But this one apparently is not getting the right child actor. So something to figure out. I guess it's part of game development, right? But yeah, I mean, we're 80% there. There's just some minor thing happening with this with the elevator that is not properly being enabled. But the lights are getting turned on to the color, suggesting that the things are on. The controls are the elevator controls are also um, becoming available, and so yeah, you can operate the elevator. It's just a matter of the elevator controls not behaving. So I think that part is gonna get settled later on tonight, and hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to showcase this functioning and working and transitioning um, some of the rest of the bunker, connecting it to this area. So yeah, and I think that's gonna be it for today. It's almost an hour and a half. Trying to keep it, to not too long of a stream. But I appreciate everybody stopping by, and I hope to see you um, on Discord on the next stream, and And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. All right, take care, everybody. Thank you so much for stopping by.